The secret of man's being is not only to live but to have something to live for. To go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else's. People really do like seeing their best friends humiliated. A large part of the friendship is based on humiliation, and that is an old truth, well known to all intelligent people. Only through suffering can we find ourselves. Intelligence alone is not nearly enough when it comes to acting wisely. Nature doesn't ask your permission. It doesn't care about your wishes, or whether you like its laws or not. You're obliged to accept it as it is, and consequently all its results as well. Nothing is more seductive for a man than his freedom of conscience, but nothing is a greater cause of suffering. Besides, nowadays, almost all capable people are terribly afraid of being ridiculous, and are miserable because of it. Let us not forget that the reasons for human actions are usually incalculably more complex and diverse than we tend to explain them later, and are seldom clearly manifest. The more I detest men individually, the more ardent becomes my love for humanity. Man is a creature that can get accustomed to anything, and I think that is the best definition of him. To be in love is not the same as loving. You can be in love with a woman and still hate her. What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? Taking a new step, uttering a new word, is what people fear most. What man wants is simply independent choice, whatever that independence may cost, and wherever it may lead. The more incompetent one feels, the more eager he is to fight. To love is to suffer, and there can be no love otherwise. My friend, the truth is always implausible. Did you know that? To make the truth more plausible, it's absolutely necessary to mix a bit of falsehood with it. People have always done so. There is nothing higher and stronger and more wholesome and useful for life and later years than some good memory, especially a memory connected with childhood, with home. Believe to the end, even if all men went astray and you were left the only one faithful. Bring your offering even then, and praise God in your loneliness. The more you succeed in loving, the more you'll be convinced at the existence of God and the immortality of your soul. Lamentations comfort only by lacerating the heart still more. Such grief does not desire consolation. It feeds on the sense of its hopelessness. Lamentations spring only from the constant craving to reopen the wound. To love another person is to see them as God intended them to be. Man has it all in his hands, and it all slips through his fingers from sheer cowardice. If you love all things, you will also attain the divine mystery that is in all things, for then your ability to perceive the truth will grow every day, and your mind will open itself to an all-embracing love. God has such gladness every time he sees from heaven that a sinner is praying to him with all his heart, as a mother has when she sees the first smile on her baby's face. Men like to count their troubles. Few calculate their happiness. Dreams seem to be spurred on not by reason, but by desire, not by the head. but by the heart, and yet what complicated tricks my reason has played. Sometimes in dreams.
Please do like, share, subscribe and comment. Tell me which quotes you like the most.